Hello. All right, I realize that this looks dark. As you can see, or you can barely see, because I am a barely see. So, um, I found the right, I found the right supplement today. I've been having a hard time sleeping and I've just generally, like, especially today, like, I've just been like, I guess it's just a lot of emotion. But magnesium, just like I was looking up things for sleep, and they had, like, I guess you have to watch out for ashwagandha. Anything with ashwagandha in it, like, don't drink, like, don't take ashwagandha. I know that I've suggested that before, like, because I had a mushroom blend that had ashwagandha in it. I enjoyed it, but I think it's in Holland or somewhere over in that part of the world. They outlawed it because it does abort babies, and it's not good for your reproductive system, and you cannot conceive when you take it. It's kind of a poison, honestly. So, we're like the last places to always ban things that are bad for you. But yes, don't take ashwagandha, all right? Even my friend, like they had smart water that it was a tangerine smart water with ashwagandha in it. I liked it because it calms me down. I gave some to my friend to drink, and like within like 5 minutes, he's like, I don't like that. I'm never gonna drink that again. That gives me like a bad feeling. He's like, I don't think that's a good feeling. So like, and I'm like, oh whoa. And then like probably about a year ago, I went to my psychiatrist's office because I was always trying to find things that weren't Xanax. So I went off of all my prescription pills because I wanted to. I mean, there was a long time. I mean, do I wish I had some Adderall right now and stuff? Now and again, like, yes, like that would be so helpful to me, but it's really bad for a certain, like, these, like okay, like the front part of your brain, it's really damaging to like certain parts of your brain over time. So, as much as I would like to take that because it's like a quick fix and it makes you feel really good, like I had to stop taking all of those things. But I guess magnesium, I have like a hard matter, like going through all these changes that we've been navigating in the last like 5 years, and now like everything's coming around. I've been dealing with like abnormal kind of like mass on my body that's not necessarily fat, but that needs to be dealt with, I guess. I don't know if magnesium is good for that, but I know I feel better because, like, today, like, this has got to be the end of it. I was like furious. And I was like, my muscles were like, "Arr, arr," like, I was just like, like a bear. I sounded like a bear there, didn't I? And I was always taught like being gentle and being forgiving is the best way, like being compassionate is the best way. And that is true. But the person that taught me that, which was my dad, like honestly, they teach me that in church, and I've taught enough Sunday school and youth group to like, and that's what I always taught too. But then I just saw like in my family dynamic that I just have to let you know, like my mother, like she was what you would call an asshole. So, but was she like the best mother ever? Was I ever naughty? I was thinking about this morning when I woke up. I'm like, was I even naughty for one day in my entire fucking life? Like, if I recall correctly, not even one day was I ever naughty. Santa, like, okay. like, like define naughty. Like, fucking like a little brat. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, okay. Fact checkers? They're still scanning that probably. But like, okay, honestly, like, because I thought about it today. There are some strange things that I think about when I wake up in the morning. But one of the first, even though she was like an asshole, um, after I thought that thought, indeed, I did think there was not one fucking day that I was naughty in my life. And why? Well, first of all, kids are naughty because you don't give them the attention that they want, or like you don't give them the attention that they need that's like positive attention. So this is what my parents did. First of all, they treated me like an equal from the time that I was born, like until they both died, right? They treated me like an adult, like when I was like a 5-year-old, which was why, like, if they're going out to the supper club or something at like 9:30 at night, instead of having me go to the, like, they would have my grandma babysit. They're like, well, let's just have grandma and Laura Lee come with us because it's so much more fun when she's with us. And I'm not going to be there, even if it's like 9 o'clock at night, I'm not going to be there like screaming, throwing my silverware, throwing my food, being a snot. I'm just thrilled, or I remember just being thrilled. So much fun to put me in a dress like they always did. So much fun just to sit and be up with mom and dad because we have so much fun. And Nana, obviously. Like, and I am, like, Total Recall. That's a good thing that I have to watch that again. Arnold. Hi. Hi, Arnold. I have to watch more of him. Kindergarten Cop. I have to watch that again. RoboCop. I have to watch that again. And obviously, like, Tulsa King, which is Sly, which like so appreciative that he's even commented back to me and like sent me a heart like now and then when it's been rough. Like, do you know what I mean? And I see like his daughters and his wife and like how good their family's doing, and it's just like it makes me happy like to see that. But like as a child that got positive attention, but that was actually, I'm like what they would call a XENNIAL, right? Like XENNIALs don't talk about themselves that much. I don't know anything about millennials or Gen Z or Gen X or anything like that, except for they whine and they complain and they bitch. And like the thing is though, I'm not coming at you bros, or I'm not coming at you sis or sisses, or like, everyone far out and in between. They are grasping for an identity, like their life depends on it. uh, they weren't raised like to have an identity the way that like my grandma read me books like every single time I went to her house. I have a little brown suitcase down in the basement full of like golden uh like the Jimmy Carter book that I had. What is it? Like little golden books and like a whole bunch. And I have these cool books like over on this little chair over here that I got like when my neighbors moved away. Like their son, I gave him a Whitewater actually algebra book that I ended up buying because I didn't turn it in on time. So I don't know how old he is, like maybe like 7, and I know that he's gonna just do so well with that book. But so don't like I don't know anything about any of these other generation people. And then like my friend that like lived here with me, like one of my best friends, like he was born in 1985, but he's still like I would say like a zennial because like he plays a banjo and like and stuff like that. Like he likes to work with like wood and like draw and things like that. And it's just like even though like okay, zennials are like from like 1978 to like 1983 they say, but like it's getting irritating, all these videos about like zennials and millennials and Gen Z and like boomers and stuff. Like when was the last time you heard about a zennial? And it's not like, and I'm not trying to be like, oh, you're trying to be an attention seeker, like like what I mean. Like no, it's like we exist and we existed before cell phones and stuff, but we were like in our first couple years of college, like when Facebook came out, and like when we were in like I graduated in the year 2000. So things like Hotmail and like AOL and stuff was finally like when I was like a junior or senior in high school. Finally, like it was like a normal seed to have like Hotmail or something like that. Um, I remember growing up and my mom like used a camcorder for everything before they had like cell phones. And I have a bunch of VHS tapes here that are going to be really interesting to watch because like when I was growing up, I was just thinking about this when I woke up again. The coolest people in my family are gone, and like they're like they were like the, and I'm kind of left with like, oh man, like just like I don't entitled, like snotty, like people that are very materialistic, kind of that I had to cut out of my life. But I remember I always baked with my grandmother. I know how to make like homemade noodles. I cook every single day. The last time I went to a restaurant was my birthday, like August 2024, where I went to House of China with my aunt, right? And before that, it must have been like maybe like a year or something that I went to a restaurant. I watch all these videos on TV and it's like I had one crumble cookie one time, and I think that was in like 2021. That was the last time that I went for sushi, and it was in April. And it was a pecan pie crumble cookie. And it was really spooky that night. And I remember that I put out like a little cup of, I had a little coffee cup, like it's like this big that says Dean on it. It's like this big. Like it was like, it's a little big, tiny one. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to put honey in it for the Fae. And I have a cat. And I put it like, it was really funny. And my cat like went crazy. Like I'm like he was like really he was like meow 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 like he was like reaching up and like knocking stuff down. And I remember my friend that I was talking about that plays the banjo and stuff, he was gone and like I always would like text him stuff. And I was sending him like these saucy messages about like bagels and like what we would do to like an everything bagel together, like if I got one. I'd smear it so thick with like cream cheese and like, I'm entertained. Like, see, like we thought that that stuff was fun when I was little. Oh my God. What I would do to that bagel right now, and I would have to have you like get in on that action. And then I remember there was another time where he was here and he knew I he knew I put LSD in like this orange juice or whatever. But like he pretended like I gave it to like I told him like several times, I'm like, if you're gonna have orange juice today, like just know that I put LSD in there. And I told him several times. But anyway, so he screamed at me and like because he was like just like acting out, like he just wanted a reason to act out. So I took a bagel and I cut it in half and I toasted because I'm like, are you okay? Do you need something to eat? And he's like, well, yeah. So but he was screaming at me, so I took like so I took both sides of the bagels and I put them on his head and I'm like, you're an idiot sandwich and all this stuff. I did eat one half of the bagel, so like it didn't bother me. What I'm trying to say is magnesium is a good supplement. Don't get the kill switch hot cocoa that I was looking at because it has melatonin in it. I guess tart cherry gives you like 5% melatonin and stuff. Don't get melatonin from any other source other than here, okay, like your third eye. It's not good for you to like eat like an outside source of melatonin. It can screw up with like, it's just like your pituitary gland. That's like where all of your, when do I start? When do we start? Because like what I'm supposed to do is probably have a counterpart here that's supposed to help. So I'm at 14 minutes. I guess I could go a lot longer. If I was doing a sermon, it would only be 15 though. I was going to have people over for Packers Bears tomorrow. 3 particular gentlemen, friends of mine, that all remind me of each other kind of, but like have never met each other. They're all Packers fans. I am obviously a Bear fan. I'm just going to bring it up. I'm supposed to have a significant other, but like he is not present. So and I know that bro code is a thing. I'm thinking, oh, if I invite three particular gentlemen over, that's not like having one particular gentleman over by himself, right? But I mean, so the whole point is I canceled it. But the main reason, besides not having my significant other, is because I didn't have like the groceries that I would need to want to make food for everybody. Because all three of these guys that I know that I have mats and stuff at my house, and they like actually really like being on the mat and spending time here. And like it would be fun to eat food and like be on the mat and like stretch and like just, and I am so blessed and grateful to have Prime that I believe has been like somewhat gifted to me. So I mean, I did notice, and like that means it means a lot to me, right? So I hope I didn't hurt any like people's feelings. That's the thing, like with I maybe I should look up because I see all these videos where they're the Gen X and the Gen Z and they're very their identity is like when they were born and stuff. So I'm glad. And if the circumstance comes up, look at my house. I mean, I haven't been able to clean. I just this matter is very heavy, and I called my mom an asshole, but like there is no denying that like she was very strict with me. I wasn't naughty to begin with. I'm she like and like there were times where she would go on and on about things, and I took it on as like a training exercise. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, she seemed to like really hate herself sometimes or feel a lot of guilt, and like I wasn't gonna risk like if she really felt that way. So I mean, I guess like a day, like a regular day, like with my mom would be like she would always say something, and then I'd have to like I would be like the voice in her head that would like totally counteract that. I don't know how many kids nowadays deal with that kind of thing. And it didn't hurt me. It just made me like it made me incredibly strong. And like, I just didn't want her to actually feel that way about herself. Like, I really wish that she didn't hate herself. If she was just like, if she, I'm like her little parrot. I'm the little parrot that like, and then she'd ask me like, was I a good mom or not? And I'd say, yes, you're an excellent mom. But I did say to her, I'm like, you could have been a little bit more sensitive sometimes. So why? And then I think she cried when I said that too, which is kind of like, it's not funny, but it's just like, I hate to say that like my mom was an asshole, but it's like, and that my dad could have been more assertive, but it's just like, my role was like the daughter. So like, you have to like respect your parent, right? And then like his role was like husband. So it's just like, he didn't want to be like too hard on her. But the thing is, though, it's like you go out to the supper club and stuff. I remember we were in Arthur, Wisconsin. They have like a comedy club out there. And there was a guy there, and he was doing comedy. And my mom had like way too much to drink. And she had to be like carried out and stuff. And like he made all these jokes. And they were like, they were cruel. Like she was a big fat woman. And she was crying. And she's like, he's not funny. And like, it was just, and in hindsight, like even as a kid, like I'm thinking, why did we let her run the show like that? But it's just like, if I were him, like she would have cried, and if he would have said like, how about tonight when we go out to the supper club or when we go out to the Arthur Club tonight, how about you drink like, like maybe 2 drinks, and then like if you want to come home, have like 7 drinks or something. And she probably, if he would have said that, then she wouldn't have done that. But like yes, she would have cried. She'd be like, "Well, what do you think? Do you think I drink too much, or like I embarrass you?" And like, okay, but that's all it would have been though. She would have just like had a tantrum for like 5 minutes, and then she would have seriously been okay. You know what? I'm just, in hindsight, I just see how to be the best parent in the world because my parents were. Anyway, so my next supplement I'm trying is L-theanine because that was also in that Switch Hot Cocoa. It was $59 for that Switch Hot Cocoa. It would have been fine if it didn't have the 5% melatonin. Same thing goes for the non-alcoholic spirits that are called, I guess I can't remember right now. I know there's one called Dreamlight by a certain company that I get emails from all the time. But just steer clear of melatonin. I just had a really bad reaction to it once. And it made me want to like steal some. And I like kind of like snuck some one time, like because I was so stressed out. And like that's not like something that I would normally do. And it's just like you don't want to be messing with like your pituitary gland with outside sources of melatonin like that. Don't you wish you had someone to talk to? And that's like what I see with a lot of influencers too. Does anybody out here like, does the content that I make have value? So, we'll see what happens. Oh, I'm also getting some tea, some kava tea. I'm not sure if kava is if Yogi Teas makes it, which Yogi Teas is one of my favorite companies that makes tea because every single little tea bag has like tea bag has like a fortune on it that is like esoteric wisdom. So, um, I used to take kava like in caplets or whatever. I think the tea is gonna be like a good way to have kava because it I saw like some more expensive drinks. Do not get the feel free stuff that's like um I'm kind of disappointed in Amazon that they carry it at all. And I love Amazon. I have like especially since I'm grateful that I'm going to be able to see this game tomorrow. I would almost write them a letter and ask them to like not carry feel free anymore. It's nothing good comes of that, honestly, and I've never tried it and I never will. So anyway, so if this has been a gosh, and I have so many stories. I'll have to talk to some of these Gen Z millennials because I see a few people on here, like they're just like striving for an identity. But yes, if you haven't heard it today, I do love everyone. Is that true? Don't make me think about it too hard. I'm shaking. I'm so angry. I'm so angry at how I've been disrespected in my life, man. It doesn't matter, like, really necessarily right now. Why am I shaking right now? All right, Do you not want me to, like, let you go? It's that kind of a thing, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. All right. Love, all right. We'll see what happens. Will I clean my house? That's a good question.